if you are working in any profile, so all the client is looking for automation, because automation will take less time to having the more productivity. Got it, right? And we having the less human error when we will do the automation. So what happen, how testing will start? So if you having the a scratch level of project, right? So if you follow the agile, every company following the agile methodology, right? So we having the 2 week a sprint, 2 week a sprint, or max 3 week, right? It depend upon the company, how the company is following, how the project are following. So again, it depend upon your project, right? So what happened might be, when you join, so we having the complete new project. So in India, mostly project is like having the maintenance. So developer job is to do the changes. Okay, developer, what the developer will do, developer will do the changes, the requirement means the code changes. Okay, okay, like I can give you one example, like Amazon, right? So Amazon, have you are working in a Amazon company. uh, so Amazon, so we having the holy festival is coming, right? So Amazon guy want to add 50% discount for all the product. So this is the requirement for this sprint. And what the developer will do, developer will modify the code, and they will, this requirement as per the scrum master, or as per the manager. So developer will do this job. So once developer will do the changes of the code, developer will do unit testing, right? So unit testing means like, how the functionality is working fine or not. So once unit testing is done, then they will deploy the code in the test environment. Okay, so we having the test environment, right? So now your job is started. So like this is the scratch level of the project, right? So when the developer will do the changes and all, so parallelly you have to connect with developer, and your job is started from first day of a sprint. So what is your job? So our job is to understand the requirement, understand the requirement from the developer. Okay, requirement from the developer, understanding the requirement, then define test cases. After defining the test cases, you have to create a test data, right? So you have to create a test data for validating the test cases, then test data creation. Okay, test data creation, data creation. Okay, so test data creation. So you are not only sitting over there. One day of the sprint you have started understanding the requirement, connecting with the developer, defining the test cases. So once developer will deploy your application, sorry, application that is called build, right? So in the test environment, then what happened, then execution will start. Execution will start. So you start your execution. Might be you find some defect, right? That it's not working as per expected. So again you will report to the developer. Again developer will do some changes, code, fix the defect. I'm writing the fix the defect. Again what will happen, it will come to you for retesting. This is for your retesting, right? So again you will do retesting. If any, if it is working as expected, then we will close the defect and close the test cases. So this Amazon application have around 1000 test cases. Give me a second. Sorry guys. So got it, right? So So what happened? We having the 1000 test cases uh, in test cases, right? So whatever the you have done the changes, right? Just I'm giving where the automation will start. So what happened when Amazon application is developed, parallelly we are doing the manual testing. So one sort of the automation is done when the your project is a scratch level. So already framework were there, some framework developer are there, framework. So some of the test automation test engineer already automated test cases. Okay, this 1000 test cases. Why they have automated? Why we have required this automation? Because if you will do any changes here, then what will happen? It will impact, right? It will impact on the functionality of the application. Got it, right? So what we'll do, we will be having the only 2 week sprint, right? Are you able to automate? Are you able to execute 1000 test cases manually? No. Got it, right? Then in 2 week sprint, we will execute automation suite, right? So that's why automation is required, not even in your testing profile, any other profile as well, in DevOps and all, any infrastructure profile and any, you can see in development we having the machine learning. So you can see when you will go in the if you will land in the any website, one automatic pop-up will come, how I can help you. So this is, they have applied the machine learning. Okay, so machine learning is also enter in all the profile in the future. Okay, so in the future you have to learn again Python. Okay, because everything, you are able to do from the machine learning. In testing also, we can do from the machine learning. So that's why automation is required. So for automation, so we if you will having the multiple applications, so we have a web application. So Selenium support web application. Might be in the future you will get the another project as well, that is for like window west, and also we having the many tools in the market. But mostly company they are looking for how good are in the core Java and Selenium. Might be this company having they are using like mainframe application. Okay, some of the companies using mainframe frame application. Okay, so mainframe how to automate by using the leanFT or leanFT or UFT. Okay, and you don't know leanFT and UFT, right? But they will hire from your Java Selenium. So what happened again here? LeanFT will support here Java. So that's why I told you, right, to just work on the Java skill. If they will hire you for Java Selenium, but might be they will give you the different task and you have to do. You have to support the micro something is there like micro script. Okay, so that is the different language. But LeanFT will support, mainframe and all, right? So where if we will go in the Selenium organization. Okay, so if you will go in the Selenium, so every framework having the one official documentation. So let me go here and you can just explore your knowledge. You will go in the documentation, so you can read from here what actually Selenium it is. So I'm not going here, just I want to show you. I will give you some overview of that, what actually. So you can see we having the types of the, like Selenium WebDriver, Selenium IDE, Selenium Grid. So we use Selenium WebDriver because we having the many disadvantage for Selenium IDE and Selenium Grid. So like 2 and 3% company, they use this, but not required. Okay, so we have to explore this Selenium WebDriver. So Selenium WebDriver is nothing but it is a library. So Selenium, okay, Selenium support multiple language. So Ruby, Java, Python, C Sharp and JavaScript. So Selenium support multiple language. So we are trying to explore this Java with Selenium. So I'm very confident if you will perfect in one language, it won't be take within 1 month you are able to, understand and able to work in the company with any other language. Okay, so Selenium support sorry, multiple language. So we having the multiple version here. You can see this is your beta version, but beta version means it is not stable yet. Okay, so now we can go here. So Selenium IDE and so third party. So what I can, and if you will go in the API doc, so you can see what actually Selenium it is. Selenium is a library, one shop library, Selenium OpenQ. Okay, so if I will go in the Selenium OpenQ here, you can see here we have, I think in the last time we are not able to see this. You know if you remember that we are trying to find, but they have changed. So now if you will go here, WebDriver, also WebDriver is there, or yeah, so you can see we have learned what is interface, and Selenium have given all the inbuilt interface here. Okay, if you remember in the last weekend, not to last weekend, we are not able to see this because they are adding some new library. They have done again, they have changes, they are trying to explain, doing the changes and all. So but here we are able to find this. Oh sorry, so Selenium is what, this is the packages, right? These are the package, and this package having the multiple. If you will go in the org.open q Selenium, so we having the multiple inbuilt interface. We have learned what is an interface, and now how to use the interface. Okay, but in interview they will ask you what is an interface, why interface and all, right? So you guys are able to write the dummy code. You can explore this code also. You can see what actually WebDriver. So WebDriver is an interface. Okay, so what is Selenium? So how you will get it this? So here, sorry, if you will go here, so we having the jars. From here you can download the jars. In real time we do not use jar directly, we use the dependency. So I will teach you in the coming session. So download, so don't use this beta one, will download this one. I think this is Selenium, yeah. So we will use Selenium 3.14. So if you will extract this, just I'm going to cancel it. So you will get this jars. Okay, so you guys can see the source code. Okay, so one software is there, just remember this software name, JD. Okay, JDGUI, I'll ping you. Okay, so if you will go in the just type it JDGUI. Okay, you can see any implementation of jars. Okay, so you can just enter in Google, go in the first link and go in the uh, downloads. Okay, inside this we having the download, just download this window one. So you will get one zip file and you will get like that. So where it is, so just you can open this. Once you will open this, you will get this. Okay, so what actually it is, you can see I just imported this file, open and import any jars. I'm importing another jars here. Okay, so you can see I have this. Okay, you can see. So what actually I have shown you, the Selenium is given to you guys, just use, no need to implement, just use, no need to implement anything. So this is the library, this is the one type of the bunch of the library. Inside this library we having the multiple interface, multiple classes, multiple method. As per the steps, as per the test steps, we will use all the methods. So here we will learn WebDriver having the multiple method, get method, close method, find element method, find elements method. So how to use this, that's it. But when you are writing, so why the company is looking for you having the very good in the logical programming? Because in the test scenario we having the multiple scenarios. As per the scenario you have to write the script, but there is no need to develop anything here. Got it, right? So if you will go in the Selenium, so again, so what happened, you can see decompiler. So you will get this, and you can see we here have this WebDriver. I do not go through this complete implementation. Okay, So I never teach you in the another session this all the things how you can see the you know this source code. So today I thought I will show you. I was searching on the Google today because I know already, but uh, I forget that the software name, so I search on the Google. So you can see here WebDriver. So WebDriver is what? Interface. Extend search context. So one of the interview question, what is the root interface for WebDriver? Search context. So this is the multiple choice of the question. When this question I found in the hacker rank test. So this is the search context is your, again this search context is the another interface. Okay, so where we are, so we are in the WebDriver. You can see we have learned what is interface. Interface is a fully unimplemented class which is used to declare some set of operation. So what is the operation here? Get operation, get URL, get title. They have given the description what is the use of get. Find elements, find element, find get page source, close, quit, right? So get window handles, get window, you know uh, switch to, navigate to, manage options, cookies. So the having the multiple operation as per the project requirement, we will use all this method. Okay, so this thing we are going to learn that. Here I can show you only declaration. For implementation I have to search in which class I have to go for implementation. So like that you can explore your knowledge. So we should not like you have to become something the people doesn't know, right? So that's why if you will if I show you the code, then you having the more interest why we are learning this, what actually it is, right? So you can just explore when you are having the free time, read this documentation and add the any, if you are getting some new point you can add in your notes. I will send you this all the notes, just you can add the point, you can add this point. So here if we will go in the WebDriver, so here also we will get the documentation here. So you can here also explore from the you can see search context. So we having the multiple classes. So Chrome driver, so if we will go inside this, so we have also Chrome. Okay, so you can see Chrome driver class. So this is the Chrome driver class. Chrome driver class extend remote WebDriver. Got it, right? So these are the implementation of all the next level of the subclass. You can see, here we have some implementation. They have overridden this method to use as per the project requirement. Got it, right? So what is Selenium? So we will go for this documentation, what we have learned, why we go for automation testing, problem in manual testing. So if you having the requirement for regression, it will take more time, so it is very difficult to execute 1000 test cases within one sprint. So that's why we should having the automation. No reusability, more resources required, time consuming, budget is high, human error cause quality, right? So we are doing the some human error might be there, or you miss something, then if you will find the any defect and all. But I want to tell you one thing, you should having the very good knowledge in manual testing. So most of the product based company, they focus on the first level of the testing, that is called your manual testing. Okay, so many things we are not able to automate and we are not able to find the defect when we use automation. Okay, so what is automation testing? Testing an application with third party help or automation testing tool is called automation testing. Converting manual test cases into the automation script is called automation testing. Benefits: fast, reliable, reusable, comprehensive, programmable. Okay, so introduction of Selenium. So what is Selenium? You can make in your definition, no problem at all, but you have to give the proper answer. Okay, it is an umbrella project. So this sentence I took from the Selenium official website. And tools library that enable and support the automation web browser. Okay, so it support multiple browsers, multiple windows, multiple language. So it is, Selenium is very, a stable library for automating web application. So it is a, one more thing, we don't have to purchase any license. That is the one, another advantage. Got it right? So that's why Selenium is most popular framework in the market for web automation. So you should not pay any single rupees. So Selenium is a free open source automated testing suite for web application across the different browser and platform. Selenium is not a just a single tools, but is a suite of the software. Suite of the software means is Selenium. With Selenium we can integrate multiple, tools, like the we having the TestNG, or we have a Maven, right? So many tools we can configure with Selenium, okay, while working in the real time. So it support many language like Java, JavaScript, C Sharp, Python, Ruby. So we can perform cross browser testing as well as, cross browser testing. I will teach you later. So we having the separate topic for cross browser testing. Means one test cases you can execute at a time, okay, for multiple browser. Okay, we can achieve by using the Selenium. So which their latest version like Firefox, Chrome, IE, Safari, Opera, it support the entire platform like the Windows, Unix, Linux, and Apple. So history of Selenium, it is invented in 2004, and the person who has invented his name is Jason Huggins and teams. So they have developed in 2004, and after they have done many enhancement in, Selenium library. Originally the name is the JavaScript functional tester, open source browser based on the integration framework built originally by through the work web testing tools or API. Okay, so API means, what I have shown you, application programming interface. That library is called API. Okay, so support for cross browser testing and support for the multiple operating system. So introduction of WebDriver. So I have shown you what is the WebDriver. WebDriver is a, in technical word, WebDriver is an interface. So Selenium having the compatibility with many tools. Okay, okay, so I'll explore this later. So that is the, AutoIT, Jenkins, Ciclu, TestNG, JUnit. So we can integrate multiple tools by using the Selenium. Selenium support a broad range of the browser like technology and platform. So I have already shown you this multiple OS, multiple language, multiple browser, right? So and multiple tools, and this is also the open source. So Selenium we have a four component here. So first component is Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, and Selenium WebDriver, and Selenium Grid. So Selenium RC, so these are the, I'll show you what is the advantage and disadvantage for all this component. So you can see Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, and Selenium WebDriver. So again, the we in WebDriver we have a Selenium 2, Selenium 3, and again the Selenium 4 is not at stable, but they will release as soon as possible. Okay, I'm not sure when they will release, but they have doing some changes. They are doing the some enhancement and all, right? So and we, this is the one interview question: what is the difference between Selenium IDE, Selenium RC, Selenium WebDriver, Selenium Grid, and Selenium? Okay, so Selenium IDE. What is Selenium IDE? This is the one types of the tools is only available in Firefox, right? It is only available in the Firefox only. We can record the script in the Firefox only. So we can only record the script in the Firefox. We cannot use another browser. If you having the client requirement, Facebook, you are the working as a Facebook, right? So Facebook, all over the world the people are using the Facebook. Some of the using the Mac, some of the using the, like uh, Safari browser. In the Mac we having the Safari browser, or some of the using the Internet Explorer, or some of the using the, so it will not work there, right? If you having the automation testing is required, not only for Facebook, many application, you know the users use the multiple browser. So Selenium ID doesn't have a reporting features. So in the day you have to send to report it to your lead or your manager, because if you have done the testing, then what is your record of you have done the testing? So reporting feature must be required. So we don't have any reporting features here. It does not support parallel execution, which is one of the most important feature for automation. It does not support remote execution. So these are the disadvantage. So we have another, it is like a Selenium RC is like the Selenium only. It is the one type of the library. So but we having the disadvantage of Selenium RC. Here you have to provide the external server to communicate between the browser and server. So what happened, execution is very slow as compared to Selenium WebDriver. So we will not use this. Okay, so Selenium RC means Selenium control. So it is not a another tool or plugin. It is just a library which contains several packages, classes, interface, and method. It support all the browser which is available in the market. It can be easily integrated with Selenium RC and with TestNG. So TestNG is your one type of the tools I will show you in the coming session. So Selenium RC having the very good reporting features. So here we have also reporting feature with the help of the TestNG, and we can do the execution in parallel with the help of TestNG. We can pass multiple parameter, okay, and the data driven and all the features which in TestNG have, okay. But we have a limitation. It is generally interact with the server. It means every time we run the script, it will send to the request to the server, then server will communicate to the browser. Got it, right? So what happened, server means, when you are like you enter the URL, then when you enter the URL on your browser, it will communicate with the server. We are getting the response from the server. Got it, right? So this is the URL. In the API, I have already shown you, right? Sorry, some of the people are new. So you can see when we are hitting the request, we are returning the response. Let me show you one API stuff, so you will get more clarity. What do you meaning of the server and all? Okay. So once it will open, I will show you. Okay. So my system is stuck. Okay. So here we require the multiple. Sorry, we require the external server. Got it, right? So that's why the it is very slow. Execution is very slow as compared to WebDriver. WebDriver directly communicate with server. You have to not provide any external server to communicate with the WebDriver. That is the advantage. So one more tools are there, that is called Selenium Grid. So it is a tool. It will take time. Okay, it is a tool to run the parallel test. Okay, so it is having the, if you have the requirement to execute the parallel test. Parallel test means if you will execute your one test cases, it will execute for the multiple browser. That is called your parallel test across the different machine and different browser and all the same time. But parallel execution means running the multiple tests at once. So what happened, you have to use with your Selenium RC, right? So for Selenium RC required external server. So this is the also having the disadvantage. Okay, so got it, right? So server means dismiss. So you can see like we have a get method or API post. So what happened, you can see we have a one, like post is a method in here. So we are sending the request. When we click, then it will communicate with the server. So when I am sending the request, then it will return the response. You can see this is the response it is returning. So same thing it's happened in your UI validation. Got it, right? So here we are able to see, here you can see here it is created. So this is the API testing. It's not a vast, and also it is very simple. So I will also teach you the basics API testing, okay, once Selenium will complete. Got it, right? So when send the request, it will return from this. So just I'm going to do some changes here. You can see if I will put the wrong URI. This is called your URI. You can see hitting the request. It is showing the response could not send the request because this URI is incorrect. Got it right? This URI is incorrect. Got it right? So this thing happen here, but here you have to provide the external server. How to validate this, right? So anyone having like some of the people are automation testing or working in testing profile, how to do the testing for this application? Like if you join the company and your manager will come to you, reach out to you, and they will ask you, can you start the testing for this application? How to start this? How to start the testing? No idea. You join the company and your manager will tell you, can you start the testing for this application? How to start this testing? Firstly, check the internet connection on login website. Anyone others? So this is the mhm, nine. Mhm, mhm. No. So someone will ask, then you have to ask to your manager, what is your requirement, sir? We have to do manual testing, or we have to do functional testing, or we have to do regression testing, or which type of the testing I have to do. Got it right? So you have to ask to your manager, hey, which type of the testing are you looking for? This is the scratch level of the project, or already test cases is already there, or this is the scratch level. Then you have to ask the, can you give me a requirement? What is the requirement, and give me a specification requirement document to understand the what is your requirement. So as per the requirement, we will define the test cases, right? So here, so you have to define the test cases. So I like someone has given the assign the task to you, because this is the multiple modules, right? One person cannot test this big application. So you will get the task for you have to test your cart, right? Add cart or cart functionality. So so what is the scenario here? You can find the scenario, verify the cart. So verify the cart. So again, like in the cart we having the multiple test cases you have to define. When you will click on the cart, it will display the, if you don't have anything here, it will display the your card is empty. So this is the one validation. Then you are adding here some product here. So here you can add and multiple product, right? Multiple product, right? So you have to also like make the scenario. So might be you are doing the automation, sorry, manual. So manual testing you have to start, and you have to also start for automation. So you have to ask, or if you having the regression, might be the developer have done some changes here, then already manual scenario or manual test cases are there. Then you have to do the modification on your framework, add the new functionality in your framework, right, in the page object model. Got it right? So like that. But how to validate this in automation? So in manual I click here. How to validate in automation? Okay, so how to validate in automation? So what we have to do in the automation, we can inspect this web page. Okay, so in the, like, we can tell this is your real world object. So you have to find a specific object and you have to perform the validation by using Selenium library method interface or classes. Got it right? How to do? So we have to inspect this element. When you do right click, you will get the inspect button, or when you will press F12 also you will get this HTML doc. Okay, so this is your HTML doc. So this is the UI part. Got it right? So this is your UI part. So I have to, what is the step? I want to enter something and I have to continue click button. So this is your object. So here we are learning object identification. Okay, so object identification. So in all Selenium tools, object identification can be done using the locators. So you can go in this implementation, or sorry, in the doc, so be having the multiple locators here. So what is the locators? So locators, right, so we having the 8 locators. So locators are written by looking the HTML code. So when you can see the HTML code, I'll show you. The locators can be termed as an address that identify a web element uniquely within the web page. Locators are the HTML properties of the web element. Group of the element are considered as a one page. Group of the element is one page, and group of the page are considered as a one application. You can see in Amazon we having the layer of the pages, right? So this is called one application. In one page we having the, you know, a group of element. So group of element having the one pages. Okay, so these are the locators. You can see we having the link here, we having the drop down here, we having the button here, radio button here. So how to perform this, all the validation we'll learn in the Selenium. So we having the, there are 8 locators. So identify the web element. You can see, I can show you when you will go here. So where it is, कहाँ चला गया? Oh, you can see here. So I am able to find ID. You can see one ID is there. So this is the one locator, and this is your name. Okay, okay, so here this is your HTML doc. So I will teach you, finding how to find the element and all. So first just explore this locator. So we have an ID. You can see one ID is there. This is the one locator, and this is the another name. Okay, so XPath. So how to write the XPath? So this is also the interview question. How many locators are there in your, in Selenium? So we have a 8 locator: ID, name, XPath. I will teach you later. Okay, CSS selector, link text, partial link text, class name, tag name. So these are the locators. So you can see, if you will, sorry, you can see here ID is there. You can see ID is there. Okay, so what is the ID? Identify the web element using the ID attribute. So this is called your attribute. Okay, this is attribute value or ID. Okay, so this is called your ID. Identify the web element using the name attribute. You can see we having the also name attribute. If we want to find the any element, so we will see any locators are there or not. If these locators are not there, we can write the XPath. Okay, so what is the XPath? Is the way to navigate entire HTML doc and identify the web element using the web element attribute. Okay, so CSS selector, I will come on this XPath, how to find the XPath in the coming session. So we have one more locator that is called CSS selector, is mainly used to, I can show you, if some of the application is required to CSS selector, you can copy directly here, or you can write the customize also CSS selector. Okay, so but in very rare case, if any complicated, you can see copy the selector. Okay, so I think I did not add this CSS selector in my note, but customize CSS selector I will add it. So this is called your CSS selector. So when I will write the script, right, so you will get, how to use this. So now we are learning what actually it is. Okay, then coming session we will learn how to use this locator, how to write the script, how to validate your web page, right, by using Selenium concept with Java. Okay, so coming session we will learn that. Okay, so we having the, so if you start using CSS selector to identify element at speed of the, so what happened, the CSS selector is faster than XPath, but we having the many disadvantage. So I will teach you later what actually disadvantage it is. So we having the partial link text. So anchor tag, you can see some links are there here. Any links are there? Yeah, this is the link. So if I will inspect this, you can see we having this anchor link. Got it, right? So here you can use the partial link text or link text as well directly. Okay, but we can also write the XPath. So we will write the customized XPath. You can copy from here, but it is not recommended to use in the real time your XPath. Or if you having the more dynamic page, then what happened, your XPath will not work. So we will not use this, ready-made XPath. We will write our own XPath. So select link anchor tag element which contains the text matching the specified link text. Partial link text, so element which contains text matching the specified partial link. So you can use here partial link also, means partial text also. We don't use frequently. We use contains function. Contains function having the, if anything is like partial changes is there on your HTML doc, your script will not fail. Class name, tag name, so this all the locators we will use in the coming session. So what is XPath? XPath is defined as a XML path. It is a syntax or language for finding any web element on the web page using the XML path expression. Got it, right? So this is your HTML doc. Got it, right? HTML doc. This is your HTML doc. So again I'm going to show you how to validate this web page using Selenium. So first you have to identify your locators, or you have to identify the object. I want to find the object for this text box. So what I can do here, just you can go right click and you can do inspect, or you can press F12. Then what will happen, you will get this Selenium doc, or this is called your XML doc. Okay, so XPath is defined as a XML path. It is a syntax or language for finding any element on the web page using XML path expression. So what is XML path expression? I'll show you. So XPath is used to find the location of any element on the web page using the HTML doc structure. Okay, so this is your HTML doc structure. This is your HTML doc structure. So by using this you can find any element, okay, on the web page. Oh, what happened? Got it, right? So XML is used to find the location of the any element on the web page using HTML doc structure. Okay, so we having the some terminology of the XPath. So we have like, you know so this is like I have just given the one a small HTML code. So what is the root element? So book a store is your root element. Then you can see we having the author is your element node, and this is your attribute. Okay, I'll show you. Okay, coming session I'll show you this real time, we can copy this doc and we can write the XPath for, so we have the also relationship. What happened in the while writing the XPath, we will provide the relationship between the one node to another node. Okay, we can we can find the relationship between the one to another node. So book element is the parent of title. Okay, so this is the parent of title, author, year, price, and book. Right, so this is the relationship between the what actually book. So this is the parent for this all this title, author, year, price. So why we are learning, you will understand in the coming session. So child to title, author, and year, price, and elements are all the children of the book element. siblings. Okay, so siblings, title, author, year and price elements, all are the siblings. So these are the siblings also, right? These are the child of this, and these are the siblings also, right? Ancestor node, parent node. Parent node is called ancestor. Actually, we do not use this all the concept frequently in the real time, and by using the some of the XPath function are there, so you can find the any element from on the web page. But for your interview purpose, we have written this all the things. So ancestors of the title element are the book element and book store element. Descendants, so children's. Okay, so descendants is the book a store element are the book like title, author and year and price and all. Just you can compare and you can learn one, just you can read one more time. So now just I will show you one simple how to write the XPath. Okay, so this is the syntax of the XPath. Okay, so tag name at the rate attribute equal to value. Okay, so you can see what is this, select the current node. So by using this double backward slash, so we can use the current node. This is the tag name like input deb attribute and value. So here you can see I want to find the element for, I want to validate this page, sorry, this text box. Okay, so how to validate? First we will inspect this. You can see we having the option select element. Just click on this and just it will highlight and click. You can see if you will do this, it will highlight here. Press Control F. If you will do Control F, you will get one tab here. Okay, for validating you're writing correct XPath or not. So how to write the XPath? So you can see if all the might be ID is not there, name is not there, then you have to write the XPath. So how to write this XPath? So we having the this slash double slash, right? So now what is the tag name here? So tag name I will take here input. Okay, so input is our tag name. Okay, input is our tag name. Attribute, what is the attribute? Type is your attribute. Okay, type equal to, what is the value? Value is your email. Got it, right? So this is the, I need to check this XPath is correct or not. You can see it is highlighting, and we have to also check how many nodes are there. It is having the one node, so this XPath you can use this. Can you tell me the another XPath for this HTML doc? Can you tell me the another XPath for this HTML doc? Yes. Input is tag name is what? Input. What is the another attribute I can use here? Yes, I can use a name. Name equal to, what is the value I can take here? Email. What is the another XPath? So tag name is same, input, attribute name. Okay, I will use here id equal to, what is the value? We will use this. Okay, so just remember while writing the XPath, right? So we cannot use this number. Okay, so what happened, this number will change in the future when you will refresh the page. It is a dynamic, so refer the ID or name, or we have to check any. So any other XPath we can use this? Yes, we can use also class name, but you can see we having the again number. So anyone having the any doubt regarding this, how we write the XPath here? They just be, are you able to understand this? Okay, okay, so this is I will explore this XPath in the coming session. Okay, so we having the many function, so just try to we having the many functions. So coming session, so are you guys are available tomorrow? Sorry, timing, same timing, 7 p.m. Uh, Tejasvi, are you available 7 p.m. tomorrow?